Wednesday, April 15th. Listen, we hate to be the bearer of bad news, although it is kind of our job. But it's unfortunately that time of year. You have until midnight tonight to file your taxes or request an extension if you haven't already. Thank you for joining us on 12 News Today in AZ. I'm Emma Jade.
And I'm Justin Pizarro. So our David Chazanov joins us live in the studio with more of the bad news this morning when it comes to your taxes. So, okay, you know, David, there's a lot of people out there. Every year, they're like, you know what? Here we go. It's last minute. So what am I supposed to do if I'm struggling? And I'm like, uh-oh, I waited.
Yeah, you know, it's a great question, guys. Well, first off, they just need to know you're not alone if you haven't done it already. A survey from 2025 says about 1 in 4 Americans actually wait until the very last minute to file their taxes. Now, Joe Ducey with the Better Business Bureau was on 12 News last week. He says people in this situation need to look out for scammers.
It's a high pressure time, right? You have to get this stuff done. Wednesday is the day. And so I think people are biting on some of these scams, and that's the scary part.
Yeah, it really is. Ducey says most tax scams start with a phone call, so don't let anyone pressure you into sending money today. And if you're not ready to file, you can request a free extension until October, but you still have to pay what you owe by tonight to avoid any penalties. It's worth the hustle, though. The IRS says new breaks for tips and overtime, already have average tax refunds up by 11%. Stephanie Cisneros with U.S. Bank was on 12 News in February. She says the new tax law from what President Trump calls the big, beautiful bill is a huge win for your wallet.
With the new tax law in place, there's a potential for Americans to get the largest tax refund they have to date. So lowering the liabilities there, and although refund amounts vary, what's important is what do you do with that money?
Right.
Now, if you get stuck on a tricky tax question, and believe me, there are tons, help is available. You're looking at the saving grace right behind me on the big wall. The IRS made a web page called the Interactive Tax Assistant. It's basically an FAQ with a link to the answer you're looking for. And you can also type in a question into the search bar if you don't see it listed on that website. So just some resources there if you need more help. We're in studio, David Chazanov, 12 News Today in AZ.